Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
And I'm Buddy Rick.
Hey, it's my buddy Rick from the Keith and the Girl chat room. How you doing?
Hey, not so bad, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I've been meaning to talk to you for some time now. Keith and the Girl chat pack every Wednesday. We do poker. You don't have to play. We yap. You know the story. The dynamic. How funny is the dynamic? I always use this example that it gets serious. Sometimes people are crying about the state of the world or personal relationships in their family or with friends, and then all of a sudden somebody goes, "Full house, fuck off." Anyway, sorry, you were
Yeah,
saying, and that
no, it's
everybody
it's the
gets the
best.
vibe is the fucking best. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. We, of course, talked to Blaine from that little group fairly
Mhm.
recently. And now we got Buddy Rick, who, like Blaine, do you deliberately not want to use your full name because you're willing to talk about being a chemistry teacher, a football coach, this kind of thing? Is that why?
Yeah, I guess so. And it's maybe just more fun to be a little bit anonymous.
Right? I wish I could be.
You screwed that up, man. You
I
should have
really
been should have been Henda and the guy.
right. I wish
You
people
blew it.
didn't know so much, but what are you gonna do? We're here now. When we were talking to Rick, for a second, I was talking about the Powerball and how he played, and what a big amount of money that was. And you had your options: do you take the more money but in annual payments, or the less money but in one lump sum? And the way things are working with the government, I don't trust getting my annual
Yeah.
payments. And I'm like, cut my money in half. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I want it now. And I didn't think that was bad money management.
Yeah, but I mean, it's only like, but you only get what, $500 million or whatever if they
That's
cut it in
all.
half. That's it.
Right. That's all. You know what? If
You
they
know?
had, if they said 100,000 instead of a billion, I'd be like, let me think about it.
Yeah.
We put the poll up. If you won the big money lottery, would you take yearly payments or lesser lump sums? A lesser lump sum. More money, annual payments. 20% of the audience said. 80% said, "Yeah, give me the less money lump sum right away." And Liz, my girlfriend, said, "You know what? I didn't even think about it, but you're absolutely right." So which is good to hear because they say money causes the most problems, right?
Right.
But I'm glad she's on. Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen all of a sudden. It's like, yeah, we realized it doesn't go to education, so we're going to cancel the whole thing. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a program that gets shut down too.
Yeah, right.
And
Or just like Trump makes some crazy law where it's like, you know what, I get the money now.
right.
Like, okay.
And then if you gotta, suck Trump's dick, you just make up a reason why that's okay. You know what? Well, how did they earn that money anyway? Well, they earned it by everybody putting money into this bullshit.
Hmm.
Yeah, but everybody should pick themselves up from their bootstraps. Okay. Well, I just learned that Publishers Clearinghouse. You remember these guys? You would see them
With the
on
big
TV,
checks.
knock on people's door. You won with a big fat fucking check. They're going bankrupt, and the forever winners will no longer get paid. You could do that.
Yeah, it sounds illegal, right?
It
You said
sounds it.
forever.
Yeah, you said forever. For nearly 60 years, Publishers Clearinghouse has been known for changing individuals' lives, fulfilling their dreams with prize money it promised would keep coming as long as they lived. But now the company is in bankruptcy, and winners' dreams have turned into nightmares. ARB Interactive, a mobile gaming company that bought Publishers Clearinghouse's remaining assets, said that under the terms of the sales agreement, it would not honor payouts for those who won their life changing prizes before July 15th of this year. Huh.
Do you know what, like Publishers Clearinghouse even does though? Like all I know is they give away money and it doesn't seem like a good business model.
I think they had a magazine.
Okay.
Yeah, but you didn't necessarily have to subscribe to it. You can just send in whatever came in the weekly Sunday paper. But I guess they thought most people would be interested in their magazine, I think.
Hmm.
Some winners who thought they'd never have to work again are now finding themselves uncertain of how they'll pay their bills. Willie, 61, of Washington, has been promised $5,000 a week for life. Now he's looking for a new job, but he's not hopeful since he hasn't worked in more than 10 years. He's currently living on the proceeds of sales of some of his prized possessions, like a jet ski and a trailer. But Willie said he has no idea the company was even in trouble until his annual check of 260,000 didn't show up as expected in January. He said, "Why didn't somebody give me a heads up? Hey, we're going out of business. It's not a good way to treat anyone. Pretty sure I'm going to lose my home." Yeah,
Oh my God,
I
dude.
don't know that Publishers Clearinghouse allowed you a one lump sum, but man, always go
Yeah.
lump sum. I
Yeah.
If I won any kind of major lottery, if I won $10,000 and I had to show up to a building, it's almost like when I get a ticket. When I order online an airplane ticket, now you have the codes that you just show. I'm always waiting for them to go, no, this
Yeah.
isn't the code for this flight. And I'd be like, of course. How could it
Yeah,
be?
of
How
course.
could
Yeah.
something work this
Why
well?
would it why would it work?
Yeah,
Right?
if they were, yeah, no, this is invalid. I'd cut them off. I'm like, who cares? No shit. Let's not waste more of my time. You tell me why it's invalid. Of course it is. I only matched every number on TV. Of course it wouldn't work. Yeah, take the money and run. Here's a letter about the recent show that we did, the podcast Pantheon book. Keith and the girls featured in that. It's out now, and it's beautiful. My copy of the podcast Pantheon arrived, and I checked out your show after seeing it on the front jacket. Keith and the girls on the front jacket. Very exciting. And then I realized you released the show for free that was mentioned in your chapter, show number 2000. I'm subscribed and hooked, and I'm trying out VIP for all the dead emails drama. I love it. I don't know if you heard the last show, but I talked about the dead emails book because I don't know if we're getting new people because of the podcast book. Let me try to sell something Keith and the girl related. I'm not good at doing that. And I was nervous that the intro was too long, even though it's 10 minutes total. I didn't know if it was too much. But this guy's saying he got into it. That pleases me. And sorry, I love the drama, and sorry, but thank you and thanks to your dad. Sean Malin wasn't joking. This is fucking wild, and the physical book is on its way now. Congrats on the podcast book, and you're right, it does look great on my coffee table. Can't wait to get yours. I guess my book. Sorry, the dad email. Sorry, I'm so late to the party. Jake, and then parentheses, not from State Farm. P.S. And finally, I got to hear from a broadcaster how shitty Ironheart is. You know what? This letter made my day. I was nervous I talked about the TV show Ironheart too late. Who would give a fuck? But I guess if you're brand new, and everybody that saw that show other than me shot themselves in the head, so there's nobody that could talk about it. It was cathartic. That AI is so dumb. Also, now I got to see it. What Who Are is all about. Humans united against robots. I was in the military too, and it looks like it's about killing robots. All in, Captain. Perfect. How do you feel about that? How should we be treating our Siris and Alexas? We need these things. But at the same time, should we be overly polite to them and say thank you and wait for them when they say you're welcome and then nod? Or do you put it in your place and go, all right, you gave me your answer, shut the fuck up? I'm not sure what to do. Liz is
Yeah.
overly polite like it's a person, and me, I really take control, play this song now.
Well, maybe they'll think you're weak though, you know? Like if you're
Yeah,
too
that's what I
polite, it might be
think.
like they might be like, "Oh, the human race couldn't, they can lose this one here, you know?"
Right. I don't know. I don't know how to play it. Maybe that's the
I don't know.
poll. Are you polite to your AIs?
I don't know. I kind of I can be snippy with mine every once in a while when I'm just like, "Hey, stop listening to me real quick."
They do eavesdrop like
You know?
motherfuckers. So stop
They never
acting.
get it right.
Right. I don't want them to think that we're friends. And maybe if
No.
I can, over time, they realize I mean business, they won't, they'll get, Siri will call Lex and try to get therapy over the way it's being treated, but they'll always not, be too much at me. And they'll always be in line when it comes to me. Now, I know being bullied, they bully other people, but I think I'm keeping my family safe.
Yeah, does the hurt people count for like AI personas?
It could, but I got to look out for number one because I see the way this planet's going. And me and my loved ones, I think, will be safe if I put the computers in their place.
Hmm.
Just a thought.
Yeah, just disconnect every once in a while,
Yeah. Speaking of death, we got to talk about, they go in threes. I just learned about this. I don't know if you see Gen V, the spinoff to The Boys.
No,
It's
sorry.
no, it's a superhero movie, but it's dark as fuck. It's violent.
Okay.
It's fantastic, and obviously, maybe you heard. I would read like Instagram things from their fake Twitter account. The VOD Industries is the name of this corporation that funds the superheroes that the world thinks are good, but those superheroes are beyond evil. And there's deliberately written, of course, so many similarities between the boys show and the government now. And if they're and VOD Industries Instagram will talk about, hey, there is nothing to see here about a party of superheroes where blah blah blah, and it's obviously a reference to where are the Epstein files. It's very fucking clever. I think you'd love it, knowing you a little bit.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'll have to write it down.
you'll remember the boys. Gen V season 2. This is kids that are in college, and I don't like it as much because I don't care about kids' problems. You know, like
Hmm.
with the adults, they're just killing everybody. But with the kids, people are dying, but also I got to worry about a love triangle. And I'm like, it's not going to last. Who gives a shit? Calm down. Anyway, so I'm watching season 2 that just came out. Prime Video's The Boys spinoff returns following the 27-year-old's untimely death and features a thoughtful tribute to him and his character. The show starts and it says to Chance, and I had to look that up. This guy, Chance Perdomo, died right before shooting, and he was a main character in Gen V. He died in a motorcycle accident, and now I'm watching Gen V, and they show all this violent stuff and how people died, and they got to be like, and I wouldn't understand what they were doing if it didn't say to Chance in the very beginning, and I looked it up. But they're like, how did this guy die? Oh, well, and they just describe the death. Meanwhile, they show all this other sick shit, but they're like, he tried his powers, and his brain couldn't take it, and he died. Okay, moving on.
Okay. It's a way to write somebody out of the script, I guess.
Right.
You know?
Right. But he was a main character, so I guess I wonder if it sounds like they had to change a lot last minute, but that's a bummer. He was a big guy. Number 2 death recently, Grammy-winning songwriter Brett James, known for penning the hit Jesus Take the Wheel from Carrie Underwood, died in a small engine plane crash. Oh, come on. All right, don't tempt me. All right, forget it. Let's move on.
Wrong wheel, I guess.
Number 3 is Robert Redford. He died at 89. He had some kind of sickness, a brief illness, and being 89, that'll put it together. My first real performance was in high school, The Sting, and with Robert Redford and Paul Newman, except me and Jeremy. And I was very, very good. I remember writing down. You auditioned in general, then you wrote down who you wanted to play, and they gave us the script ahead of time, but I didn't read it, and it ended up turning out good. It's a very good movie. But I look at the script. I'm like, oh, I didn't look at the script. And I'm like, I think I want to be Robert Redford. And then I looked over at this guy that I knew. He thought he was the acting cock of the walk. And he wrote down Paul Newman. I'm like, you know what? I want to be Paul Newman. And then I got Paul Newman. No offense to Robert Redford, but The Sting is fucking fantastic. The Way We Were, the original Great Gatsby, All the President's Men, A Bridge Too Far, The Natural. You're into sports. Did you see that?
I've probably seen just a few more movies than Henda has, man.
Oh, no. Henda didn't see nothing.
This is going to be a long segment.
Sneakers, Indecent Proposal, The Last Castle.
I have seen that one, yeah.
That's where Robert Redford probably was doing the right thing, but he disobeyed orders being in the military, so he went to a place called the Castle where military prisoners go. Mm-hmm. And then what? He makes them believe in themselves because they don't think they're soldiers. They think they're pieces of dog shit. He reminds them they're soldiers. James Gandolfini doesn't like that, and then all hell breaks loose, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they end up like raising the flag upside down or something as a symbol.
You can't do that. You can't be doing that.
Hey man, he was in that movie. He was right for the wrong or wrong for the right reasons. One of those.
What's that? Indecent Proposal. I asked, so making this list of movies that I like that Robert Redford did made me think of Indecent Proposal, where Robert Redford says to Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore, hey, I'll fuck your wife, Demi Moore, but I'll give you $1 million and you guys can use it. And they ended up doing it and the relationship breaks down. And that at the time, I remember being like a talking point that everybody was sharing, before the world was all shitty. And like, would you let your wife fuck somebody for $1 million? And I said to Liz, going over Robert Redford, who just died, and his movies, he did Indecent Proposal. What do you think of you fucking him for $1 million? What do we think? I said. So it didn't seem like, so it didn't seem like she'd have to worry my response.
Want to be included, right?
I said, what do we think about you fucking him for $1 million? He'd be alive, just to be clear.
Wait, hang on. Is it one lump sum, or do you get that $1 million?
It's 500,000 at once. That was the big conundrum. That's how the movie. That was the moral dilemma we all had to think about. She wrote back, "I don't have $1 million to pay him to fuck me."
Quick as a pistol, that one,
right?
Man.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Alexander Pierce, also Avengers: Endgame. So he went out on top. All right, those were good. you're a football coach, a
Yep.
wrestling coach. You played both
Hmm.
yourself, um, but you don't really get into sports movies.
I mean, I'm too busy watching sports in general.
Regular sport, real
Yeah,
sports.
it's like sports on TV. Yeah, or
Okay. What's the last sports movie you remember seeing?
oh man, uh,
None pop in.
I mean, I know like some of my favorite Titans, Friday Night Lights.
Remember the
Um,
Titans?
yeah.
Remember the Titans? That's the one where
Mhm.
Denzel Washington is talking to that one kid who's enjoying football, and he goes, "You having is football fun?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, you're having fun?" You know, Denzel being Denzel. "You having fun,
Yeah.
huh?" He's having fun. No, I'm not having fun. Not even a little bit, right? Not a little bit. You know, with a little smile on his face, because of course he does love it.
Hmm.
Um, I Of course, I have this the Charlotte Panthers shirt on now because being from Charlotte, I've been a big time fan of the Panthers. Today they won 30-0. The Panthers.
They did. They stomped the Falcons, man.
Holy cow! Few interceptions. It's been last season. Now that I study this, last season they won 5 games all season. Not never two in a row. Now they got 30-0. They didn't get 30 points since at least 10 years ago.
Jeez,
I wonder if I'm the
that's
good luck
bad.
charm.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I did hear like in their locker room, they're all like, "Man, do it for Keith."
Uh, and I wonder if are they doing good now because they have their dances down? Did they, maybe they were embarrassed. Like, what if we do score? We don't have any good dances to do. But now, when they were doing dances, oh my God, Miss Mary Mack is shorter than these fucking touchdown celebrations that they're doing. I swear to God, they
Or maybe,
really, they're, they clap the hands back and forth, and then the
Mhm.
shoulders, and then the somersault, and then leg touching, and they're ready, and they're like, okay, we're ready to score now. I think.
Well, they had a lot saved up. They haven't been doing a lot of scoring
Or
the last
maybe
few
that's what
years.
it is.
You know,
They do five at once.
yeah, they're like, okay, let's get this over with. Let's get it out of the way.
It's
You
like
know?
for those who saw Superman, B7, 919, C20, all at once. Let's go. You know what? Let me take this off just so I don't seem like I'm a Johnny come late. Like, okay, all right,
You
that's
don't want to
better.
be a bandwagon fan for
But I'm very proud
don't
of him.
yeah, don't want to be a bandwagon fan for a
That's right.
team that wins like 5 games a year.
But yeah, I root him. I root for him now. Of course, Steelers. I couldn't get him on TV to watch him, but it's so. Do you have all those packets? How
Yeah,
do
I
you
mean
watch everything?
we watch NFL Red Zone like every Sunday, and we
Oh,
just get
okay.
that. We get that like every year at the start of football season.
Okay, so that's
I play
not
a
too
lot of
bad.
fantasy football, so it's definitely worth it.
Do you have a team that you love? Like if I play fantasy, I can't do fantasy football because I'd want to. I want my fantasy team to be all
Yeah, that's
Steelers,
hmm
and then sometimes you got to root for like a field goal instead of a touchdown based on a certain
hmm
way the game's going. I can't let myself do that.
Yeah, I mean I have like 5 teams, and it's more about just like setting the lineup and hoping for the best, and then because if I have a player that's doing good against a team I like, I can be like, well, it sucks my team's losing, but I got this little
Right.
thing going.
The I have your the picture that I'm going to put up for you, like I put up
Hmm.
anybody. You'll be able to go to keithandgirl.com/, Buddy Rick, for example, and you'll see the picture. In the picture you sent, you're wearing a shirt that says Jagnation.
Proud member.
Uh, this is the Jacksonville team, right?
No.
What is
No,
it?
I'm a graduate of Augusta University in Augusta, Georgia, and they were the Jaguars. They had never heard of the term jag off or jag, I guess, because they decided to make their like sports memorabilia become their like theme is Jag Nation. And so
That's
as soon as I
great.
saw that shirt, I was like, I need one. I gotta
Yeah,
have this fucking shirt.
this is like when I got to Charlotte, and you see everywhere shortened for Charlotte, and it's their airplane
CLT.
code CLT,
Yeah.
I'm like I'm walking around with clit on my fucking shirt. It's the funniest thing.
It's you're just looking at people who are like, you guys really don't get it right.
Right. Mhm. I wonder if people in Charlotte know like I'm wearing it like ironically, like
like,
funny,
like,
like it's a
like, man, this
joke.
guy
I mean,
really likes the airport.
I noticed there's no TM or registered symbol on his shirt. It seems like it was custom made, but interesting. So you're a chemistry teacher, football
Hmm.
coach, wrestling coach. Um, and in my school, any of my sports coaches was the dumb gym teacher. And when I say dumb gym teacher, maybe they were smart, but they certainly, didn't show it. They wouldn't even teach you how to really play a game of any kind. You kind of had to know it. Like
Hmm.
baseball, I remember getting the ball at like first, and then the guys run into second, and I throw the ball and I hit him in the back deliberately, not trying to get to the next base. And it's like Mally, and I'm like, I don't fucking know this game. My dad
I mean,
did not love me.
I'm sure it made sense at the time.
Right. You're just trying to see if somebody is any good and then make them better or have a new friend, but you're not here to teach. At least that was every gym teacher I had. That we would
Hmm.
do Olympic events. There was like a season where they bring in a horse. They had the rings that hung from the ceiling. That seems fucking dangerous, even if there's a mat on the
Yeah.
ground, the rings. And they go, okay, go do it. And it's like, well, you didn't tell me how to do it. It's like, yeah,
Well,
I
you
just want to see if you could, and our school gets the credit.
well, you would think they would bring your dad in for the powerlifting, right?
Right. Right. He was a coach. He would have taken the job. This fucking
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, for those who don't know, he told my wife behind my back. He was really talking to me. That's in the Daddy Mails book. But he was trying to tell her that he. Oh no, no, no! This was it. This is in the book too. But this was in a news article that he obviously wrote himself, and it was about that he was going to perform ESP, and he used ESP to coach the gymnastics team to go for the gold, the weightlifting gymnastics team. Interesting at home, we never saw the Olympics, and we
No.
never watched weightlifting, but he coached them into winning the gold. Good for
What a
him.
guy.
What a guy. But when you were a kid, did you have a good coach in
Y-
sports?
Yeah, I mean, I was lucky enough to have pretty good coaching like my whole life.
What's
I
that
guess
mean?
was I mean, just have like good coaches,
Okay.
like the coaches I had like middle school really solid. Um, had a bunch of really good like really good high school coaches that ended up, like I guess a big thing about like coaching is like relationship building. You gotta get players that want to play for you, and you also gotta like, there's a lot of motivation and a lot of like trust building within it to create a good team. And I had a lot of like really great mentors growing up like that. So it's for me it was like a bit it's kind of cool to be able to come back and like do that for like younger people now, you
Do you
know.
ever get like heavy news? I see a
Oh
Friday
yeah.
Night
Yeah.
Lights,
Yeah.
somebody has to come to the coach to say they got somebody pregnant before they tell their family. You got some heavy shit?
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of I guess is like personal to those players, but
Sure.
over the course, I've been this is shoot, I think it's like year 11 coaching for me. And yeah, it's just like, yeah, over time, yeah, the kids come up, they have sad things about family, you know things going on at home, things going on at school, things going on like outside, and just like you kind of got to be there. I mean, you got to be there for them in a big way a lot of times too. And
You ever have to follow up in that you have to call some kind of service or you have to tell the principal or that's like being a
uh
priest. You can't do that.
yeah, no, nothing that big. Like no kid is like came up to me and said, hey, like he got drunk and like ran somebody over or something
Okay.
like that. Like that's never happened.
Right.
But a lot of times it's just like, it's the craziness of life. And then it a lot of times like like what I really enjoy about coaching, what I really enjoy about like sports in general is just like the connection to life, and like how you know I guess like how like you can help like young people kind of navigate through things. And like it's a vehicle for like teaching life lessons, but also like creating those like really positive relationships.
Okay. What do you like more, the actual football or saving lives behind the scenes?
Damn.
Because I'd
I
just
don't
be in it
know.
for the drama. My team would suck.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, winning games is great. We actually won last Thursday and and it was a tight game. We scored the go-ahead touchdown with like 20 seconds left. And,
Okay.
and that was great. That feeling's great, but it's also like, over the years, like the really rewarding aspect, kind of overwhelms that. Like, I have a lot of like former players that'll still come back and visit me at the school or come to the
Okay.
games. And it's just like no, knowing that you've made that impact and knowing that, you know, like and for a lot of players, like I have a lot of players, like especially some that like may have grown up without a father, like they kind of saw me as like a father figure and
Right.
like had that positive male role model. And that at the end of the day, like that's the most rewarding part. That's the part that I really like stick around for. I mean, I wouldn't do it if I didn't love football and like, love the strategy of it, game planning, get into practice and like putting stuff together, try to figure out, hey man, how are we going to beat these guys this week? Like I say, I would that aspect of the game is like still like freaking awesome, but I guess I didn't realize when I started it like how big of an impact you can make and how like that becomes like a thing where it's just like a theme throughout the years,
How old are
and
these
it's like,
kids?
let's see, my first, I teach high school right now,
Okay.
so ninth grade to 12th grade. The first group of like eighth graders that I coached they're all out of college now,
Oh wow. Right.
and so like I say I coached middle school football down in Georgia, where I'm from, and then moved to Chicago to coach high school.
Kids are sloppy. They leave shit all over the
Mhm.
place. So
Oh yeah.
so is this what you guys do? Would you like everybody gets out on the field and then you have one of your friends go into the opponent's locker rooms and I guarantee there's playbooks just laying around, right?
No, I mean we're not really trying because we share film, so like we share film with other coaches, and that's more useful than getting anybody's playbook because
Okay.
'cause if someone had like a copy of our playbook, I mean it's fine and all, you can know what we do, but we have a ton of plays, like we run a bunch of different concepts and
Right.
formations, and we can mix and match things. So you have this like big compendium of like everything we could possibly throw at you, but not exactly what we might run that week.
I was being silly, but when you laughed, what came to mind? Like kids are sloppy, kids leave things around.
Oh, the fact that my guys broke a mirror in their locker room right before the game on Thursday.
Oh, that can't be good luck.
Yeah, well, we won.
Oh, well,
So
now
I
you have
don't
to
know,
do it
man.
every time.
Now we gotta do it every week. But yeah, I'm like,
Just
yeah,
like
no,
just fucking
like,
around or what?
yeah, they were fucking kids, dude. All right, they were throwing a football. One was in the stall, like I guess like using the restroom,
Right.
and they were throwing the football over the stall door, and he was throwing it back, and he hit the mirror.
Oh, you got to be like not inside.
Well, I was just like, oh yeah, it's just like one of those things is like you never. I don't know. Like I was a dumb kid once too. We
Sure.
all were. We all did stupid things. And it's you gotta kind of gotta act mad in the moment so you get the point across. But at the end of the day, I'm laughing about it.
When you give your halftime speech,
Hmm.
do you take it from movies sometimes or books, or is it all
Ooh.
you?
No, I mean, I think I've used
You ever talk
a
about
few
like, oh,
lines.
good hearts, good minds, fool,
No, I
whatever the
mean,
fuck?
yeah, I've used a few lines that like I've picked up from like coaches I had that were pretty good. But no, a lot of times like it's you know
What do you
like
say like a coach told you? Rick, get your shit together. What? There's
yeah.
no Ricks here. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
No,
ever you ever make somebody cry during a speech, even in spite of yourself?
like being mean or being like passionate.
Whatever, but they start crying.
Yeah, I mean football's an emotional sport. So yeah, you'll have like I like I say I try to talk a lot about like the connection to like life and learning life lessons and like like if we're down at halftime and I'm trying to rally, I'm just like, hey, listen, man, this is part of it. Like you don't, when things don't go your way, you don't quit. You just keep fighting
Right.
forward. Like you'll find, and then you try to find a couple small things to like hey, this guy had a big play here. Hey, a couple things go our way, a couple calls go our way. In the second half we can get back in this bad boy. And just like you try to, you know, I don't know.
When somebody
It's
goes
almost like a
offsides
flow.
when somebody goes offsides for the third time.
Oh,
The,
they wouldn't do that because after the second I pull them out.
oh, okay.
No way,
Okay.
man.
Good.
No
No,
procedural
we're not
penalties
losing
freaking
dumb.
kill me. No,
Okay.
procedural penalties kill me, man. It's like it is literally like they're momentum killers or drive killers. But it's also at the same time these are young kids, so like
Right.
you'll pull them out and then the backup will go in and do the same thing. I'm like, okay, well at least this guy is taller and faster and better, so
Okay.
go back in
The,
there. Yeah.
do you ever find it like let's say it's the eighth game you're playing and it's
Hmm.
time for the halftime speech. You're like, I think I said everything.
Yeah,
Hey guys, remember life? Remember when you're down?
yeah,
That. Come
yeah.
on, man. We'll be back out there in 10 minutes. I'm going in the office.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I feel like things ebb and flow. I'm sure I've given a lot of the same talks before, like in different situations, and just kind of yeah, like you kind of go in the locker room. Like first thing we do is we kind of split in offense and defense, and so I give they have whiteboards. I'm just like, hey, defense start drawing up your adjustments, offense start drawing up your adjustments, and that's like kind of my time to think about okay, what am I going to say here? It's like either going to like help us motivate to like get back in the game or help us like keep playing when we're up. Like what are the things that they need to hear right now?
When I went to, does this happen in football? When I would play baseball, you hear the other team go easy out, and they all start walking forward to me.
Yeah.
Do you go, hey, they have Jefferson on their team. We all know why he's here. He's the principal's son. But he's not going to be able to do a fucking thing. And he always throws to the left. We're going to all go to the left. And,
hmm
like, do you call out like certain other players like that behind the scenes?
I mean, like not like to their face, but like
Right, sure.
sometimes we'll say something like if we have a receiver and he's like much bigger than the kid that's covering him, we'll just be like, hey, he's got a mouse in the house. You know,
What's that mean?
I mean, it's just he's playing like he's playing against a like all right, let's say like we have a kid that's like maybe like 6'2", 6'3", and the kid covering him looks like a second grader.
Okay.
It's like okay, well, we're going to throw the ball that way, obviously,
Okay.
and it's
The,
like I mean, at the end of the day, football is it's a lot of you know, I spend a lot of my time during the games because I don't. This is my first year where I'm not actually calling plays on the other side of the ball. I called defense for a while, and then I'll call offensive plays for the last like 5 years. This year, I actually have coordinators for both sides. So during the games, I'm actually looking at the other team's coaching and the other team and like their lineup, and I'm taking notes on what they're doing and just trying to like figure out, okay, like what are these guys trying to do, so that way we can counter it.
and that's got to be exciting to figure
Oh,
out
it's fun.
what
Oh
the
yeah,
other
it's
coach
my
is
favorite
doing.
part.
It's like it's a pass to the left, no doubt. And then it is, and you intercept. It's like, I knew it. I fucking
Oh,
knew it.
dude, I do sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I'll get into a flow where I'm like getting good enough. I have a manager assistant. She's a senior and really bright girl, like 4.0 student. And so I taught her how to track plays. And so she's always with me, like tracking the other team's plays. And like there was a game like I think it was like 2 games ago. I just told her to write something down. I was like, go ahead and write this in pen. It's going to happen next, and then it happens. And I'm
Oh
like,
wow.
I'm like, yeah, dude, I told you what they were going to do. You
Would
know.
you, to hype somebody up during halftime or even before the game, would you be like, "Hey Johnson, uh, Steve's on the other team. Didn't he finger bang your girlfriend last summer? Anyway, go get him, guys."
Not me, but maybe some of my assistants who have a little more vulgar.
You go to a lot of pro sporting events yourself, right?
Man, I went to a college football game yesterday and a pro baseball game.
Okay, busy day. Um,
hmm
does and in chat, I hear you say things that you're involved politically. At least you certainly know what's going
hmm
on, I believe. Um,
Yeah.
is there political T-shirts in sporting events that drive you fucking crazy? God is my savior, Trump is my president,
Oh my.
AK-47 is my lawyer. Do you ever find yourself like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, keep it cool, keep it cool?
I think my reaction to that is just to make jokes all the time. So
Hmm.
we were at a wrestling tournament. It was like a national tournament. Um, back in like June, and there was a kid wearing a Trump singlet. Like it was
Like,
a he was a wrestler. He was like a high school
oh,
wrestler. He
okay.
had a Donald Trump wrestling
Oh
singlet
shit.
with Trump flipping the bird and saying you missed on the back.
Oh my God.
And it's funny
During
because
wrestling, obviously.
yeah, like he's
He's a
wearing the
wrestler.
singlet on
Yeah.
the mat, and this is
Wow.
like his thing. He's like, and I don't. We're just the whole time, and it's funny because like we're down like like central Illinois, so it's
Right.
not quite like Chicago. Like pretty much like everybody like in the school that I work at and all the students, we're pretty much politically aligned.
Okay.
Like being like say being in Chicago, but we go outside the city. Sometimes I'm like, hey guys, we just gotta accept this is how some people are. But it just I guess like my gut reaction to all that is just to make jokes. So like the kid loses and we're just like, yeah, I bet he wants a recount or something like that,
Oh,
or
that's funny.
like
Just go, no, actually, you won.
and yeah, exactly, yeah, just go, yeah, and so yeah, we're just kind of cracking jokes, and then like he walks by and like I guess I don't know if you heard us like ragging him or anything, but he walks by and he's like, "Oh, I would have won if I didn't slip." And we're just like, "Sure, bud." Like he goes, "Did you see my dad?" And he goes like, "Have you seen my dad?" I'm like, "No, man, I don't know where he's at. Sorry, man."
And you're saying that this regular wrestling, as opposed to pro wrestling, that
Hmm.
it's not gay. It's just the
Nope.
position that people are in. Go on all fours, come hug me from behind, and that's how we start a match. It's totally
Hmm.
not homosexual. It's just
Not
a regular
homoerotic or anything
sport.
like that. Nope, nothing.
No,
It's
nothing
regular.
moronic.
No, no. It's only it's. I mean, it's wrestling.
Why don't they
It's
just start standing up?
well, you do. There's
Sometimes you do, yeah.
yeah, you can choose neutral. It's called the all fours thing is called referee's position,
Oh, this
which
referee.
doesn't make it any better. Yeah, this
There's
referee
a
here.
referee
Yeah,
who picked that. Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Do
No,
what's the deal with ass slapping in football? I do not get that.
no,
Now I could
don't
be
do it.
I made out of crackers, so I could see being a football player and making a big play, and then somebody smacks me in the head to congratulate me. I'm like, hey, it's violent enough. Then they slap my ass. I'm
Yeah,
like, never mind. Let's go back to the head.
yeah.
What is that ass about? And you guys don't do it?
I yeah, we don't. No,
You have
no,
to
we're not.
discourage it because they see it on TV and they know it's cool.
I don't think they know it's cool.
Okay.
I don't think anybody thinks it's cool.
You
Um,
see, these are older than fucking toddlers, but you see like little kids in like Instagram videos, and the kid will like stand up from the couch and be like, "Ugh," and you know that's because they stayed at their uncle's place, who's 60 years
yeah,
old, and every
mhm,
time they stand
yeah.
up to get, so I could see them just
See,
going like, "I guess we do that."
this is what I'm talking about being a good role model. Like I don't slap butts,
Okay,
and my kids don't do that either. So
okay, good.
we're setting things right out here. All right.
Oh, I'm glad you never had to curb their behavior. The Speaking of politics, you got the
Yeah.
ICE deportation going on, and
Hmm.
Trump is calling what's going in Chicago the Midway Blitz. Big football
Yeah.
fan, right?
It's
Depending on when
ridiculous,
you
man.
catch him. Now that the NFL is
Oh yeah.
kissing his ass, he loves football. But not long ago, when he wasn't in power,
Hmm.
football got too fucking pussified. He remembers the day when heads were. I don't know if he's watching football lately, even when he was complaining.
It's still pretty brutal.
This is still fucking murder ball.
Yeah.
This is fucking crazy. You know, people are like, why are there so many commercials? Because people would be dead.
Yeah. Well, the irony. I mean, of course, like Trump is a giant fucking like irony producing machine. Like, but
Right.
the irony of like him fawning over like the violence of the game, having never played football
Yes.
or never touched a football, never put on a helmet, like it's just mind-boggling to me. I'm just like, dude, like one, like he's talking about all these people. It's like, oh yeah, Ray Nitschke and Refrigerator Perry and like all the and
Yeah.
fucking like Ray Lewis who may or may not have murdered somebody or
Right.
may or may not have stabbed somebody. Um, like he's talking about all these guys. I'm like, dude, all these guys are fucked in the head. Like they're punch drunk. Like they have a life. They have the rest of their lives of like, not even knowing who they are.
Right.
And and at the end of the day, it's like if you watch an older football game, you know, it's just a lot of guys running at each other. Like, nowadays, like we have the spread offense and we have these like really cool, interesting, and intricate like offensive designs, and the game's more high flying and in my opinion, way more entertaining.
Hmm.
You know, but like I say, it's all these people. Oh, football's like a pussy sport now because they hate the gardening helmets or whatever. I'm talking about the guardian caps on the helmet that some players wear.
Oh, okay. No,
Have
I
you
don't
seen
know
those?
that,
Like, so
dude.
they're kind of like an extra layer of padding, and some players wear them in the games now.
Okay, I must have.
And of course, I know you got like fucking like people like like people in the of the ilk of like Kevin Sorbo, and I'm sure they look at like a Guardian helmet and they're like, oh, this is stupid. Why would you wear it? I'm like, okay, well then don't wear the Guardian helmet since you play professional football.
Right.
Right?
Right. Then you
Like
don't do it,
then
Hercules.
you don't do yeah
He thinks he's Hercules. He thought he picked up those fake
yeah
foam giant rocks, those
right.
boulders.
But it's like yeah, it's like dude, if you didn't play a sport, you know, and or just like shut up and stop watching. You
Right.
know,
Right.
like I'm
Well,
never going to watch a fucking Vikings game again.
yeah, because there's a male cheerleader. First of all, you
Yeah,
don't see him on TV, and by the way, unless you're fucking in the front row at a football game, you don't really get
yeah,
a good
no.
look at him. But you can't help it because you love to masturbate for that split second that you can see them, and then all of a sudden there's a dude.
I know. He's like, oh, stop.
No way, a lifelong fan. Oh, you know what that means. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Love it so much.
and then and he's the kind of person, teachers should have guns to fight this fucking violence. You tell me
Yeah,
your thoughts, working at a school. My thoughts is that if you every teacher has to have a gun. If you made every teacher play a musical instrument,
it would sound
and
like
then
shit.
all of a sudden there's a surprise fucking concert,
Yeah,
I promise it's gonna blow.
yeah,
Uh,
it's gonna be terrible.
so no, teachers. I know teachers. What the everyone gets a gun? Can you
Dude,
imagine?
I have a hard enough time keeping up with like my stapler and my AC remote. All right. Like I don't on my desk.
Right,
I don't need a firearm in school, man. Could we just maybe do something about the guns?
right,
Like it's like we're giving we're putting out every single option besides, hey, like we're the only country with this problem.
right.
Uh, we're also the only country with like a bajillion guns.
Yeah, yeah. The you have to deal with ICE, the immigration police,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
To what point?
So, like I said, and I have a feeling they're trying to like ramp it up right now too. Like the things in Chicago. So like, we have so at dismissal, like, we have people kind of posted around the school. Also like, making sure students are getting on the bus and like leaving and not doing something stupid. But also like now like part of the perimeter check is like just checking for ICE vans and at football practice too. Like so,
Yeah.
we'll once we dismiss and the guys start like getting all their stuff together, we'll kind of do a lap around the block or something just to check and make sure.
Okay.
And it's just it sucks, man. Like it's
Can can
it's
it
it
can the school say, like, I was able to just walk around my school? I remember being an adult and revisiting my
mm-hmm.
high school and be able to just walk in. Is ICE allowed to just walk into a school if they wanted?
Not without a warrant.
Okay.
And we don't ask the immigration status of our students. We actually don't have it on file. We don't even like we on paper we don't know.
Okay.
So like if they were to be like, hey, do you have any students here that are undocumented? We like, how would I know?
Right.
Asked. So like plausible deniability. And then like, we have students that like participate in like there was a student protest last Tuesday where a bunch of students got together and walked down the Trump Tower in Chicago to protest ICE and like it's cool. It's like me kind of like being an adult that cares about them. I was a little worried for some of them just in general where it's like, hey, just know what you're getting into. Like make sure you're being safe, make sure you guys stay together. But I'm also like really proud of them for like using their voice and like, doing something that they found meaningful.
Right.
I'm a little miffed with the school for some. They had a few students that walked out like that left school to go do it. Like they were in school first and then they walked out at
Right.
like 1 o'clock, and so they suspended them all because it's like they're technically, oh, you walked out of school,
Hmm.
so that's a suspendable offense. And I've been halfway like joking with my principal and stuff. I'm like, hey, these guys are just political prisoners now, because
Right.
now they're in suspension for going and like exercising their
Right.
First Amendment right.
Do you do do you worry that, like, a teacher is going to rat somebody out, or
Not
everybody's
here,
not on board? You have a cool
not our
school?
school. Yeah, our,
Okay.
our school. Yeah, you wouldn't like. We use a lot of like I hate this freaking term, but we use a lot of terms that, or we use a lot of like curricula that I guess like MAGA would call woke. I call
Right.
it just like critical thinking.
Right.
Like so, like I teach chemistry and physics, but we will talk about, you know, we can talk about climate change through the lens of like gas properties and stuff like that. Like we can tie in actual real world events um through the lens of science. And like I think that's a really cool thing. It makes it more interesting and it gives more kids buy-in.
Yeah.
And but at the same time it's like, if I were to go to like Oklahoma or something like that, I wouldn't be able to teach this curriculum.
Right.
you
Do you
know
do you ever find yourself like, okay, so this is two oxygens, so one carbon, so that's why a mandatory prayer would be disgusting. Do you try to teach different things like that?
yeah, yeah, that's exactly how we do it. No, I
I
mean it's kind of more about like building connection. So we'll talk about, because you learn combustion in chemistry, you learn about like, um you learn, combustion's like a reaction that, where we're like burning fuel. So like, okay, cool. Well, now we could also tie this into something that you recognize, like say people burning fossil fuels and like how did we get all this carbon in the atmosphere? Well, it's cool. I'm a science teacher. Let's actually sit down and talk about this and get to where and actually, you know, understand it on like a kind of real level, you
It
know.
does sound like you're teaching democratic science, but okay.
Yeah, it well, you know, what do they say like reality has liberal bias?
Right, right. Oh, did you? So that good for you that your
Mhm.
fellow teachers seem okay. You were telling some story, though, just giving an example of what goes on in the teachers' lounge,
Oh my
and you're
God.
like, "Well, we'll have donut day, for example." And you got some teachers are like, "Should I have one? I did have a salad last week, so I think maybe I deserve it." Like, just take a fucking donut.
Just take the donut,
We're
man.
all gonna eat them. No one's judging you.
Yeah.
What game are you putting on?
Yeah. Oh, I think it's just I think the job is just so stressful that people want to talk about anything, and I hate small talk so much,
Right,
and I'm also like I'm not into it in the morning.
right.
Like I kind of communicate via grunts until about 7:45,
Right.
you know. So it's like, hey, just let me make my copies, let me make my coffee, let me check my mailbox and do all the things I got to do in the morning. If you want to talk to me, shoot me an email or we can talk later in the day. But like right now, it's like, dude, can't do it.
I
You know?
remember being a kid and I had speech therapy in one place. I forget what else, but like these rooms were like closets. And I get lost easily. Next thing you know, I open up the teacher's lounge door that wasn't marked. And
No,
man,
don't.
there's Mrs. Crabapple. There's and you could like they were like this is not allowed. Like how did you get in there? You know, so one I didn't know a teacher could put their legs on a table. I didn't know,
Yeah.
the coffee, the smell of cigarettes, all that. And I'm like, I know something. Can I use this to my advantage? And I knew to leave right away. But yeah, that's a very private sanctuary you guys have.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's a place where I can be around adults for a little bit,
Right,
because it's like what's weird about teaching is like you don't. I have coworkers, but I really don't work with my coworkers. I work with the kids. I
right,
don't see like my coworker. There's a couple. If you're not in the same like in the same hallway as me, I'm not going to see you for most of the day. And there's some people I probably don't see at all during the day because
right.
like we're passing each other at different places. And yeah, but so you work with the children. Like I'm in a room with 30 some odd teenagers all day. And yeah, it's just like that sanctuary of the lounge is just nice where it's like, hey, I can sit down and we can just be with adults for a little bit, you know?
Right. Yeah. The when you did wrestling
Hmm.
yourself and teaching, um, any sick shit go on like dropping weight in a weird
Oh
way?
God. Well, you can't really do like so they make you take hydration tests nowadays.
Okay.
So there is actually like there's like an algorithm or something the state puts your like you do a body fat test and a hydration test. So you gotta
Okay.
make sure you're hydrated and they take your body fat analysis. And there's some kind of formula they use to determine like what your maximum weight loss can be. Because like prior to that, you could lose as much weight as you freaking could,
Right.
and do it in really unhealthy ways. Like, when I was in high school, they started doing hydration tests, I think when I was like a senior. So like all before that, like we had people, yeah, you're putting trash bags underneath your sweats and just running around.
Damn.
Um, I would usually lose like when I played football about 225, 230, and I wrestled 215. So I'd lose about 10 to 15 pounds to start a wrestling season every year. And
Now, is
I
it
just
so that you're just at the top of the
yeah.
lower level?
Yeah, you want to be at the top of your weight because like for me, I was like a heavyweight, so like it went from like 215 was the top of like one weight class, and then 285 was the next break. So
Okay.
if I weighed 220, I was gonna be wrestling guys that were cutting down from like 300.
Gotcha.
And so I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just lose the 10 pounds. And what I would always do is I would take like one unseasoned chicken breast and
Right.
grill it up on Monday and just kind of lop off pieces throughout the week. And that was like my
Oh my
dinner.
God,
Yeah.
dude.
But I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, if I had to do it again, I'd probably do it the exact same way. Like I had so much fun doing it. Um, also like there's a balance in there too. Like you don't want to lose so much weight that you're weaker and don't have any energy or unable to actually wrestle. So like that's another kind of flip side of that. Is like if you're cutting a ton of weight, like you're going to feel like shit, you're going to wrestle like shit. You're not going to have any energy. You're not going to feel well. And so, like, when we coach, we try to, like, yes, there's a strategy to cutting weight. Like, you do want to go down to a weight class that's close to your natural weight, but if you can drop a few pounds and get down there and face competition that's smaller, like, you would want to do that. So
Right.
you just kind of got to teach that balance. And you know like every year we'll have kids that need to cut weight, and I'm lucky that you know the guy I coach with in football and wrestling, he's a personal trainer by trade, and he used to be an MMA fighter as well. So, like, he knows all that. He knows, like, all about, like, cutting weight, trying to do it in a healthy way, and also, like, you got to make sure that you're staying hydrated the whole time. And, like, there's ways to do it without being crazy, you
Did you
know.
ever find yourself having an eating disorder of some kind? Too little, too much when you weren't wrestling?
Oh, no, no, I love eating. I
Okay.
have no
Do you
I have
think
no
that's
problem
why you
eating,
love
man.
it? Maybe that's why you love it.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Me and my brother ate my parents out of house and home
Yeah.
growing up, man. Like, it was a lot. Um,
You also get into hardcore wrestling, like watching these
yes,
people with
yes.
you. Do you do that yourself?
Oh, hell no, no,
No, no, right?
no, no. I'm not letting anybody smack me with a fluorescent light. Like,
Right. They don't fuck around.
dude,
Thumbtacks
it's
on the
insane.
ground.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a guy because they do this thing called barroom blitz. I'll put a plug for, like, my favorite Circle Six. They're
Okay.
bad as hell. They do a thing called barroom blitz where they do hardcore wrestling uh at a metal show. So you have, like, metal bands on the stage, they'll play, and then in between the sets, there's wrestling on the floor in the crowd. And
On the
this
floor.
yeah, like on the concrete floor
Yeah.
of the venue. And, like, yeah, I've seen, like, these people are crazy. Like, I saw a guy take a sheetrocking rasp, yeah, that's like, it's like a fucking, like, something that you sand down sheetrock with. He
Okay.
taped it to another guy's head and then kicked him in the head. Yeah. And these guys are, like, bleeding, and
Yeah.
it's, dude, like, they're hitting like, they're literally body slamming each other on top of concrete floors, on top of tacks, using a staple gun, like, staple dollar bills to their heads and stuff like that.
How do you watch?
And
How do you watch like regular pro wrestling, like The
uh
Rock and
I
John
use
Cena, or is that pussy
it's
now?
it kind of doesn't hold a candle, man.
Yeah.
And also, like, being right there, like I'm like, your feet in front of these people while it's happening.
Yeah.
And
Do you
it's
get
crazy, like,
nervous? Because you have a tough guy look to you, if I may say. And yeah, he just gave the buys. Yeah. Um, do do you get nervous you're going to be included? Like if I'm
oh yeah,
always
I've
the
been
guy,
included. I've been
see,
included.
see, look at that. If I'm at a fucking wedding, somehow they find me to
Yeah.
lift the chair up. If I'm
Yeah.
at a drag show, I'm the guy
Oh
that
God. Yeah.
the woman comes over and rubs her fake tits on my head. Uh, do or no, her real tits, whatever. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
lots going on. I fucking black out. But yeah, I'm always included in shit that I would want to go to that
Yeah.
hardcore show, but I'm
It
like,
was crazy.
I don't want to
So
be holding a chair even.
that's literally what happened. So,
Yeah.
like, this guy's like, "Hey, big man," and I'm like, "You must be talking to me, I guess." He goes, "Hold this," and he gives me a chair, and he's like, "Hold it tight." So, like, I'm holding the chair out in front of me, and then he grabs this guy by the back of the head, runs him back, and then runs him full speed into the chair that I'm holding. And I'm
Jesus.
like, "That's the coolest thing I've ever done in my life."
I'd be nervous somebody's going to get, they're getting half concussed. I'd get confused that they think I'm a wrestler. I'm
Right.
wearing my
I mean,
cutoff sleeves. I'm like, fuck this
yeah,
guy.
and it's nuts. Like some guy's blood got on me, and I go to the ref. I'm like, "Hey, do you guys have, like, a blood cleanup kit or anything
Yeah.
like that?" Because I would think you're the referee, and
Turpentine or
he
something. Yeah.
and he looks at me and goes, "What?"
We don't have a first aid kit. What are you
Yeah,
asking for?
yeah. I was like, "You don't have? Okay, I guess I'll just go to the bathroom and get some hand sanitizer."
Right.
Like, I hope all these guys, hope
Well,
nobody in this, like, crazy hardcore wrestling troupe has any communicable diseases.
did you see that they're one step further now that at the 250th America anniversary, there's going to be a UFC match right next to the Washington Memorial. Real deal, being dead serious. A
Yeah, I
UFC match.
know.
That is America, isn't it?
Yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck? Well,
Holy
I'm glad
shit,
you know
dude.
the difference between
Yeah,
digging hardcore and fucking razor blades to the heads in a bar. Maybe it
yeah,
shouldn't be at the fucking White House as a
yeah.
American event. Maybe.
I like, I might have lost for words on that one because I'm just
Yeah.
like, what? You know?
All right. Right. The U.S. Senate has just voted to establish October 14th, Charlie Kirk's birthday, as National Charlie Kirk Day. October
Oh,
14th. Now, however you feel about that, October 14th is George Floyd's birthday.
yeah, it is. Wow,
That's
yeah.
not an accident.
Yeah, no, that's on purpose.
That's very
Yeah,
on
that's totally on
purpose.
purpose. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, well, it's everything they do. Everything they do, it's like it's all it's just like this like weird fucking like revenge tour mentality where it's
Mm,
like and I think and really I think the biggest thing that like really bugs me about just like all that weird pettiness is like a lot of people that resonates with it's like they're online way too much, you know. It's like these, you know, like the mass shooter people freaking, you know, like all the Charlie Kirk's weird followers, like all these like kind of dickheads and assholes, like they're so deep into online and like 4chan and Reddit and stuff like that that like,
right.
you know, there's no I don't even know how you bring somebody out because it's like they've lost a connection like with actual people. Like they hate liberals, but it's like it's almost like some kind of nebulous concept, you know, to them.
Hmm.
Like you see enough memes of conversations that never happened, you
Right.
know, and that becomes your reality. And so it's like, of course, we want to have UFC fighting on the White House lawn. Of course, we're
Right.
going to glorify a white supremacist because like it's like reality just doesn't exist to like some of these folks, you know.
But even like, I had a listener or three being like, Keith, Charlie Kirk wasn't racist, misogynistic. All this shit was in good faith. Like, I get
Mm,
you could be in some weird bubble, but you still saw any little clip you saw of Charlie, any little clip you saw of fucking Charlie debating a kid was condescending, in
yeah,
bad faith, twisting fucking words around. These people saw those clips. They
yeah.
they had to.
I just want to
It's not
see.
my bubble. It's not what my algorithm. You had to have seen these to know
Mhm.
anything about Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, give me two
What he
things and I'll
did.
shut up about it. Okay, give me two things. Give
Right.
me all the things he's learned since he's so
Right.
open-minded,
Yeah.
and give me all the context I'm missing because I feel like I
Right.
got it. I feel like I know the context and
Not
I've
with
seen
that
the quote.
attitude. I'm
You
not
know?
telling you. Not with
Yeah.
that
Oh.
attitude.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. It's Keith's dad tropes again, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
No. But
But
if you want to know, be serious about it.
oh, I'm serious. I doubt it. Go to bed. You're tired. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ask me any question about how I know there's the Catholicism is the one true religion and Jesus is the one true God. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's enough information. You're tired. Go to. Okay. All right. What did you think I would say that would be so stupid you'd
Right.
have an
Right.
answer about the Holy Trinity?
It wasn't the answer he was prepared for.
I couldn't even make up something. I made up something about the Holy Trinity. I'm like, he goes, it's everything as a fact can be explained with facts. Okay, the Holy Trinity, three people, one God. He goes, that's the mystery. I'm like, okay, so then that's the answer to fucking everything in faith, sure.
Mhm.
And I go, actually, and I'm an idiot kid, and I'm like, I think I do get it. Like everybody in the Malleys is individual, but we're one. We're the Malleys. He's like,
Oh, please tell me
not
he
even.
said, "Oh, that's good."
He goes, not even close. Go to bed. Okay. Just because you said you can't understand it, I
No, he's
understood it.
no, he's just mad he didn't come up with that.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, he'd jump on that. Yeah.
I guarantee you later on to the hardware store, like in that week, he was probably talking to
Yes.
somebody. He's like, you know, the Holy Trinity is just like my family, the
Right.
Malleys.
You're
We're all different.
absolutely right. You're absolutely, this guy's mind, but this is in the Daddy Mail's book. This guy's mind was blown um, because he was in college and a teacher that wasn't even a religious teacher said, if there is, I think he was a science teacher, if there if God is good, why do this? Why do bad things happen to good people? And it blew my dad's mind, and he almost didn't believe in his religion anymore. I'm like, first of all, that's the go-to question. How you didn't
Yeah.
hear that at a certain age, anyways? And then later he made up an answer and was like, because of free will. I don't know where the fuck he heard that, but okay, how does that make sense? He's like,
Hmm.
well, if you don't want to, if you didn't want a flood or an earthquake in your house, why did you move to a fault line? I'm like, yeah, I was more talking about kids with cancer. But
Yeah.
okay, let's talk about this
Yeah.
simple
Exactly.
thing that you could say that, well, I don't know why God made fault lines, but anyways,
Right. Right. Yeah. Because kids with cancer totally willed that into existence for them. Right.
right.
You
Right.
know.
It was free will of the great great grandparents that moved to a As a mark of respect for the memory of Charlie Kirk, said Donald Trump, by the authority vested in me as President of the United States
Oh
by
my
the
God.
Constitution and laws of the United States of America, I hereby order the flag of the United States shall be flown at half staff at the White House and upon all public buildings and grounds. This is 9/11. He was killed on 9/10.
Yeah.
This is not. Don't be thinking about 9/11 too much. This is for Charlie Kirk, and this is going to
Right.
go on till the 14th, I've decided. Meanwhile, just a little fun history. Jimmy Carter was honored. The flag for when he died, the flag at half staff. That happened to be the same time following his death on the December 29th. The flags were at half staff during the inauguration. Donald Trump said, "No, raise the flags. I'm being inaugurated. There's going to be fucking pictures." And he said it was a mess that they wanted those at half staff. Okay, not
Holy
Jimmy
shit,
Carter,
dude.
but Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh
I mean,
boy.
it's like I
Yeah.
just I feel like we're in like this really fucked version of the Truman Show. I'm just waiting for somebody to pop out at some point and just go like aristocrats, like
You believe
something.
that,
Yeah,
idiot?
like something, man. It's like I can't even be shocked anymore. I've lost the
Yeah.
ability to be shocked.
Yeah. I mean, when Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck, and it's stupid that we even have to say this, but no, that shouldn't have happened. No, I wasn't
Right.
parading.
Hmm.
It's fucking disgusting, of course. I'm pointing out though that when he, somebody from what MSNBC or one of these left-leaning shows happened to say, you know what, he put out all this fucking hate and divisive information. Hate will probably come back to you. And then, of course, the co-hosts, they don't know what to do, so they made it worse. They're like, I don't know if you could say that. Like, don't act like it's a big deal. It's like if
No.
a co-host farted and they go, "What was that?" Like, hey, let's move on. Jesus, I mean, but
Yeah.
he didn't say anything so fucking crazy. No matter what side of this Charlie Kirk thing you're on, that's a fucking fact. It's not like how, why would that ever happen? Okay, because
Yeah.
he's a hateful fucking guy spewing hate.
Yeah.
But anyway, he got fired from his job for saying that because people didn't know what the fuck to do. Anyway, when Charlie Kirk got shot, he was talking about taking guns away. Picking on some college kid that thought he would be able to somehow turn Charlie Kirk around, or was just trying to look impressive and get laid. Who knows? But he was saying, trans people, they have a mental disorder, and mental disordered people shouldn't get a right to the Second Amendment. And that's when he got shot, and then they try to blame it on as a transgender shooter of some kind. If all these transgender people are such great fucking bullseye assassins, why would you take them out of the military?
That's a good point, man. Honestly.
You got fucking killers
if they're
there.
such great marksmen.
Use them for us.
Yeah. Holy shit, dude.
If you recall, this I'm gonna play a clip. This is when Stephen Colbert, and then we'll get to Kimmel. But Stephen Colbert got. You know what? Let me play this first. This is Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's wife, and she's telling a story about how her and Charlie met in the first place. And it's when she was looking for a job with his organization.
I'm like looking around like, okay, did I get the job? What's going on? I don't need the job, but did I get it? What's going on? And he goes, I'm not going to hire you. It's like, okay, well, thank goodness I didn't need the job because I'm already doing stuff here in Manhattan. He goes, I'm going to date you without hesitation and like zero hesitation. He goes, I have enough friends in my life. So either we're going to date or we're not.
On Friday,
What the fuck?
I don't know.
So he said, "No, I'm going to date you. You can't work here." That's what I decided.
Well,
this is supposed to be a romantic story.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was waiting for her to say like, well, and then he said like my tiny girl brain probably couldn't do the job anyway, so he doesn't hire women. Right. Jesus Christ, dude.
So this is what I was going to play. This is Colbert got fired because Paramount's trying to make a merger, and Donald Trump doesn't like Colbert, and it really is up to the president to make these big mergers go through. And he said that you get rid of Colbert if you want this merger to go through. And Paramount said, okay, we'll tell Colbert that he has 10 more months, the end of this contract or this season. And Trump said, okay. Colbert came back on because he still has time to go, and this is what he said at the time.
On Friday, Donald Trump posted, I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings. Would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go f yourself.
I'm really
Yeah,
Well
you
put.
got to. You got to. And then Kimmel, of course, we'll get to this. He just got fired, but he doesn't have the end of a year or the end of a contract. He's gone right now. In
Mhm.
fact, they put up all of a sudden they put up Celebrity Family Feud, which, by the way, I wonder if Steve Harvey or any of those celebrities on there is like, well, don't drag me into fucking it, you know. I sing
Oh
for a
no.
living, Jesus Christ. But anyway, Jimmy Kimmel hosted the Oscars. This is some time ago, and I read a tweet from Donald Trump shitting on Jimmy Kimmel because, like Colbert, Jimmy shat on Trump.
I'm really proud of something. I was wondering if I could share it with you. I just got a review, and has there ever been a worse host than Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars? His opening was that of a less than average person trying too hard to be something which he is not and never can be. Get rid of Kimmel and perhaps replace him with another washed up but cheap ABC talent, George Slopanopoulos. He would make everybody on stage look bigger, stronger, and more glamorous. Blah, blah, blah. Make America great again.
Like what? What are these words?
Okay,
A less than talented individual.
See
Like,
if you can guess which former president just posted that on Truth Social. Anyone? No? Well, thank you, President Trump. Thank you for watching. I'm surprised you're still. Isn't it past your jail time?
oh,
So he did
zing.
not like that. Cut to now, he finally found a way to get rid
Yeah.
of Jimmy. And he, you know how he does. Trump is like, the ratings are terrible. Nobody's watching. Nobody's watching Colbert. No, nobody's watching Jimmy. Nobody's watching. Like you got these ratings. Like people are following him. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And by the way, Jimmy Kimmel now hosts Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He won an Emmy the other day.
Yeah.
He said people are watching him. People are watching these people just fine. It's by
Up
the
is
way,
down, man.
what's that?
Up is down.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all it is.
And Jimmy Kimmel was, and I'll play what he said recently, but Jimmy Kimmel wasn't dancing on the Kirk's grave. In fact, he said, instead of the angry finger pointing, can we just for one day agree that it's horrible and monstrous to shoot another human? On behalf of my family, we send love to the Kirks and to all the children, parents, and innocents who fall victim to senseless gun violence. You could, yeah, that's fine. And you didn't sell out by saying that. You didn't say he's a good person who worked in good faith. You said it's fucking horrible, and I feel bad for this family. This though is what got Jimmy in trouble.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House,
God.
which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years.
Really?
And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth
God, dude.
stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish.
Absolutely true. The abrupt announcement came Wednesday evening after at least one major operator of ABC affiliated stations said it would not broadcast the show for the foreseeable future. Guess who else is trying to make some kind of merger? A big ABC affiliate. The operator Nexstar said it, quote, strongly objects to recent comments made by Mr. Kimmel concerning the killing of Charlie Kirk. I just heard that. That's not what happened. And will replace the show with other programming in its ABC affiliated markets. This guy has the power to stop you from making more money. So you check the books and you be like, well, if he's gone, I can make, or a certain show is gone, I can make more money in the long run with a merger. And you sell out bitches.
Yeah. And just capitulate to like a megalomaniac too, like it's not going to make, because the thing is, like, now that Trump can get this power, like he's going to go for more things, you know.
Yeah.
He's going to try like you're never going to please this monster, you know.
Right.
And so yeah, they back down, you know. They folded, and now they're his bitch, you know.
Yes.
And it's
The
terrible.
um let's see here.
And for all these
Yeah.
freaking free speech guys too, right? Like they love free speech so much, don't they? They love free speech so much they're going to cancel shows
Yeah.
and, you know, like get people off the air and get people fired. They just love this free speech,
Right. It's
you
their
know.
favorite. Yeah, that's why it's the first one.
Mhm.
The FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, you might be hearing his name, Carr,
Oh yeah.
says that Kimmel's remarks that we just fucking heard. Let's hear him again.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing.
That's the part that offended him.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like they're like, how dare you call like my fake sympathy, you know, or how dare you
Right.
call me, you know, because they're trying to cash in on them too, you know, right?
Yeah,
Like
sure.
they're trying to make as much money as they can off this, and you
Oh,
know,
oh yeah.
like how dare you call me fake? But it's like like, what do you mean?
FCC
You
Chairman
know?
Brendan Carr, who of course is getting, told by President Trump what to do. This is the sickest conduct possible. Um, we can do this. Let's see. Okay. Carr told right-wing podcaster Benny Johnson, this is the sickest conduct possible. Carr suggested his FCC could move to revoke ABC affiliate licenses as a way to force Disney to punish Kimmel. We can do this the easy way or the hard way, Carr said. These companies can find ways to change conduct and take actions on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead. He's threatening your fucking free speech. It's not an exaggeration that we could it's starting
Mhm.
have state-run media.
Yeah,
This is
I
not
mean
an
that's what
exaggeration.
true social
Happening.
is.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
you know, that's all that it's yeah, it's nuts because it's like, you know, for people that hate cancel culture, they sure do love canceling people,
Yes.
you know.
In the interview, Carr attacked Kimmel as talentless and by the way, who uses that word? You know what I mean? Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Trump uses that word, so you repeated it, talentless, and
Hmm.
suggested the late night comedian's comments displayed quote some sort of desperate irrelevance. Who uses that word?
Yeah.
This was not the first time Carr has gone after ABC in recent months. In July, the Trump appointee told Fox News that long-running daytime talk show The View is, quote, now in the crosshairs of this administration of her co-host Joy Behar's scathing criticism on President Trump. And guess what? The Monday came around following
Hmm.
the Jimmy Kimmel news. The View women shut their fucking mouths.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's a chilling effect. That's what they're trying to get,
Right.
you know.
And by the way, uh, some time ago, this is Brendan Carr on Twitter, now X. President Biden is right. Political satire is one of the oldest and most important forms of free speech. It challenges those in power while using humor to draw more people into the discussion. That's why people in influential positions have always targeted it for censorship. You sell out.
Yep.
You're
Oh, yeah.
selling out the country.
Yeah. For what? For your little job, you know?
Right.
And also for your little job where you have to like just bend the knee, man. Like I that's the part I think that really irks me and really get that I just don't get with like this whole group. Like if I don't know if you like heard these clips, there was like some audio of like a cabinet meeting, and they're just like
Oh, yeah.
fawning over
As the
Trump. And it's
greatest president we've ever had, Mr.
yeah,
Trump, and I just want to say you should have 2 Nobel Peace Prizes by the
yeah.
end of the evening.
It's
I just want to say, yeah, such ass
I'm just like,
kissing.
dude, it's like
That's unnecessary. You would think it
like
is
how do
necessary.
you go home to your wife
Yeah. How do
after
you?
that?
Yeah. Yeah. How does she have any moisture
Right,
when you
yeah.
come home?
Yeah, dude, it's like do you I again, it's speechless.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no words I can come up with that encapsulate just how moronic this whole fucking thing is.
And when I say sell it, they don't believe it. This is a
Oh, they
JD.
don't. No, no.
Right. This is
And
JD.
Trump knows he knows that they don't believe it too.
Right.
It's about the act. It's about
Yeah.
the it's about like the fanning him like he's freaking
Hmm.
Caesar or something.
Yeah.
Like it's about that, dude. It's not about like substance or reality. It's literally just the act of I can get these people, to say nice things about me, even though I'm a total piece of shit,
Isn't it odd that the first vice president of Trump's doesn't want to be part of it anymore? Was it nobody found that fucking weird?
Or his what was it, Secretary of Defense, like all that's all these
Yeah,
people that worked from him Trump one.
it's
And now he's got
interesting.
yeah, now he's got like all these goofballs, like got
Yeah,
like you just look at their pictures and you're like this fucking guy.
right, right. This was when Biden was president. JD Vance is trying to help Trump get elected, and himself, of course, as vice president. This was JD Vance's point of view of the First Amendment.
Our own government encouraged private companies to silence people who dared to utter what turned out to be an obvious truth.
He's talking about that.
So I come here today not just with an observation, but with an offer. And just as the Biden administration seemed desperate to silence people for speaking their minds, so the Trump administration will do precisely the opposite. And I hope that we can work together on that. In Washington, there is a new sheriff in town. And under Donald Trump's leadership, we may disagree with your views, but we will fight to defend your right to offer it in the public square, agree or disagree.
Oh.
Well, that's so
and by
nice.
the way, I that's so nice. I like the clapping that you hear because he's playing to his own crowd, trying to raise some money. But they're like bullshit, and they're like, it's such a smattering of applause.
Because they're like, no, we just want to hurt people, like
right.
Right. Like we actually want you guys to punish and hurt people that we don't like.
Right.
Like that doesn't make there's probably a few smarter ones in there that were like, oh, I see what you're doing here. You're setting us up for a big one later on. This will be fun.
Right.
It's a sick joke, man.
Like
that's it. But here's let's see. Oh, okay. Now here's JD Vance now.
Civil society, Charlie understood this well, is not just something that flows from the government. It flows from each and every one of us. It flows from all of us. So when you see someone celebrating Charlie's murder, call them out. And hell, call their employer. We don't believe in political violence, but we do believe in civility.
Okay, so by the way, I'm going to play that again, but by the way, he's not talking about a Jimmy Kimmel even. He's not talking about somebody in Congress. He's talking about the teacher you fucking work with and you calling the principal or you calling the superintendent. That's what he's talking about, and you fucking know it. What the fuck is that?
Civil society, Charlie understood this well, is not just something that flows from the government. It flows from each and every one of us.
Why would he? Why? What does that have to do with the whole point he's trying to make either? Too like the whole like that first part of it. I don't understand. Like, so you're talking about people whatever, people can say what they want. People celebrating Charlie Kirk's death and like trying to get them fired from the job. But like, why bring this like point up about like, government and shit like that, dude?
Don't worry, it's not just government. It's you working as a construction worker. And if you hear somebody talk shit, turn them in. What kind of Nazi shit is this?
It flows from all of us. So when you see someone celebrating Charlie's murder, call them out. And hell, call their employer. We don't believe in political violence, but we do believe in civility. And there was no civility in the celebration of political assassination.
I wonder if Ron Howard, the director, Opie, I wonder if he really regrets making that movie, Hillbilly Elegy, because none of this shit was said in that movie.
No.
It was legit good, and he seemed like a good guy, this J.D. Vance. In fact, he had to struggle to decide, hey, I got to move past my, mom who's sabotaging herself and therefore me trying to take care of her and go to Harvard. That's the big decision he had to make. That's not the J.D. Vance that I'm seeing.
No. He drunk the Kool-Aid
or he just read the book and was like, I guess this is good.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It just goes back to like how do you face yourself?
Right.
Like after like you've compromised all of your personal morals and you've compromised like what you stand for for this fucking weird guy. Like this.
Now
like
I
this
think
Donald
the
Trump, you
I
know?
think the astronauts that went on Apollo 11, I think they're all pieces of shit now. Just
Yeah.
because Ron Howard did a movie on them.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah, man. He keeps missing somehow.
Elon Musk agreeing, fuck Kimmel and watch your mouth about the president. This used to be Elon Musk.
Like I mean, the sort of the left wanted to make comedy illegal, you know? Like you can't make fun of
yeah.
anything. So then it's like comedy sucks. It's like nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything. It's like legalize comedy. Yeah. Legalize comedy.
What a dink.
Yeah,
But
I told
where you
yeah, I
at now,
totally
buddy?
remember. Yeah, I totally remember in like, all these elections where I vote for Democrats being like, hell yeah, let's get rid of comedy. This is why
Right.
I'm doing it.
Right. Right. I'm like, oh, I'm self-sabotaging. Trump told reporters on Thursday that he would endorse moves by the FCC to pull licenses and suggested networks should have to reapply for them periodically. He added that not airing conservative views would be this. Trump saying that not airing conservative views could be a rationale for removing a network's license. That is state-run media. That is Nazi shit.
Yeah.
Or perhaps you saw the TV show V with the aliens. Trump said he would leave the decision to Brendan Carr. He always says that, right? Well, it's up to them. Meanwhile, it's you. It's obviously up to you. He'll leave the decision to Brendan Carr, the FCC chairman at the center of this week's Kimmel controversy. Carr has suggested that ABC's move to suspend Kimmel's show is just the beginning of what's to come. He's not shy about it. These aren't one-offs. He tweeted out, Trump, great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel's show is canceled. Assume, some words are all caps for no fucking reason.
what? But
congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what needed to be done. Kimmel has zero talent, the worst ratings than even Colbert, if that's possible. That leaves Jimmy, and then you see idiots online, like regular civilians repeating this, like, yeah, terrible ratings. Again, you're in the fucking business.
Yeah.
That leaves Jimmy and Seth, who also shit on the establishment. Well, I don't know if Jimmy Fallon does really. He's a sellout. That leaves Jimmy. Because I think Fallon apologized for having on Trump. Meanwhile, I think Kimmel got canceled, and then he happened to have on Greg Gutfeld the next day. I'm like, okay. That leaves Jimmy and Seth, two total losers on fake news NBC. The ratings are also horrible. Everybody's ratings are horrible. Do at NBC, President DJT. Okay.
like, would it kill you to have one person like look these tweets over for like a second before you send it, right? Like,
how you going to tell the king he made a mistake? I'm not.
oh God, yeah. Yes.
I'm not. This is Jon Stewart on Jimmy Kimmel getting fired.
To those institutions, to those corporations and advertisers and universities and law firms, all of them, if you still think that bending the knee to Trump will save you, I have one thing to say.
Then he gets up from his desk.
I know you're scared. I know you're weary.
He's just in front of a curtain.
Yeah.
Don't include me. But these are troubled times. Ooh. So sack the fuck up. We pause.
Then the curtain opens. It's singing choir, almost like a church choir.
Oh.
This ain't the time to shrink.
Not the time.
This is the time to fight. This is the time to rise up.
Not too fast.
Not too fast, Jay.
Man.
I am old. That is a true point. Obviously, the blood pressure, etc. But compliance and complacency is not the answer. We reject the mindless, machine-generated slop that offends nobody, and we affirm our shared humanity. We must continue to have humans make things that inspire and provoke other humans.
ChatGPT wrote that.
That GPT wrote that.
Really? Holy crap, dude. But I mean, he's. Oh, sorry.
You're afraid, and you protect your bottom line. I never want thing to say. Just one. You're afraid. Tell 'em. Go fuck yourself. Wait,
Oh my
bring it down,
God.
bring it down. Let me bring it down. Let it be quiet. Fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself. Everybody.
I loved it. Loved it.
That's great.
David Letterman.
Tell us what you think about what happened last night to Jimmy Kimmel.
Well, this is misery. And in the world of somebody who is an authoritarian, maybe a dictatorship, sooner or later, everyone is going to be touched. But this is me. For 30 years, I did this for a living. So I see this happen. They took care of Colbert. That was rude. That was inexcusable. The man deserves a great deal of credit. He's in the Hall of Fame 9 times. And to be manipulated like that because the Ellison family didn't want to trouble Donald Trump with this move, so they got rid of him. Not only got rid of him, got rid of the whole franchise. You're not going to have to worry about anything, Larry. It's all gone. It's fine. Good night. And then my good friend Jimmy Kimmel. I feel bad about this because we all see where this is going, correct? It's managed media, and it's no good. It's silly. It's ridiculous, and you can't go around firing somebody because you're fearful or trying to suck up to an authoritarian criminal administration in the Oval Office. That's just not how this works.
Of course. Donald J. Trump tweeted out, whatever happened to the very highly overrated David Letterman? So what happened to this guy being great and overrated David Letterman, whose ratings were never very good either? Interesting.
Is there like a Rosetta Stone for like how I can decipher what this dude's trying to fucking say?
Right.
God, it's like every single thing. It's
He
terrible.
looks like hell, but at least he knew when to quit. All caps, loser, 3 exclamation points. That's your president. Holy shit.
God.
Conan O'Brien said the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel and the promise to silence other late night hosts for criticizing the administration should disturb everyone on the right, left, and center. It's wrong, and anyone with a conscience knows it's wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
even
that's what it is.
Even Jay Leno, who is like, why would anybody want to, get so political and lose half their audience? Even he came out and made a statement like, yeah, this is bullshit. Even him, he's a fucking puss.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He has some nice cars, though.
No, those cars were so fucking sweet. I would just see him in his garage and be like, oh, man,
oh, yeah,
you have those
sweet.
Cars. And they have engines that are probably real hard to fix with new parts. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, crap, dude.
Timothy Dolan, Cardinal Timothy Dolan of New York. Big fucking deal. He was on Fox and Friends, the Fox show. Here's him on Charlie Kirk.
I thought, I got to learn about this guy. And the more I learned about him, I thought, this guy's a modern day St. Paul. He was a missionary.
Charlie Kirk was a modern day St. Paul.
Was St. Paul an asshole?
Let's look into St. Paul.
I don't know. I didn't read the Bible. I don't know.
Can we take away his sainthood? This piece of dog shit.
Sounds like the St. Paul guy is a real jerk.
Yeah.
And the more I learned about him, I thought, this guy's a modern day St. Paul. He was a missionary. He's an evangelist. He's a hero. He's one, I think, that knew what Jesus meant when he said, the truth will set you free. And to do it, now, I understand he was pretty blunt and he was pretty direct. He didn't try to avoid any controversy. He didn't even try to avoid confrontation. The difference is the way, the mode, the style that he did it, always with respect. And not only...
No. And you know what? Like, maybe he's so busy, shuffle around fucking pedophiles that he can't focus on his own
Right, yeah.
computer, and people are giving him this information. But once somebody tells me, and he even pushed it sometimes, it was deliberately controversial. I wouldn't just go, okay, those are good talking points. Google anything, and the shit posts come up. Not people's opinions, those videos of him
Yeah.
pretending he's in good faith, laughing at kids and shutting down anything that would make sense.
Yeah, and I also I'd love to push back on this really nice Cardinals point on Charlie Kirk not avoiding controversy or not avoiding it. Like he kind of actually did. Like
Right.
he would go to college campuses and try to pick on kids like walking around. It's like, yeah, no, you're coming in with like a bunch of loaded statements and like you're pre-planning all your little witty rejoinders and all that. It's like, no, dude, actually have a real conversation with somebody. That's actually hard and that's controversial. Not just the whole like, oh, change my mind bullshit. Like that he kind of was a wuss too, in addition to being a racist and an asshole.
Oh, the one controversial thing that Charlie Kirk never said is your brain doesn't form fully until you're 25. So I'm going to go here and talk to these people.
Exactly, man. Yeah. It's like I know you've seen like the preachers like that go outside, like there's one outside of Wrigley Field every once in a while where I go to baseball games and this guy's just screaming at us, and like part of me wants to go up and be like actually try to talk to them, and like that feeling passes in like 5 seconds. So I'm like, what's the point?
Exactly.
Like
what's you taught me a lot. He gets off of his suitcase and like, okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, exactly, yeah, because that's
I wonder if I can undo my damage. Thank you.
And to be clear, Charlie Kirk did not deserve to die for his beliefs, however idiotic, however racist, however sexist, however pro-fascist, pro-authoritarian they are.
Inflammatory, deliberately.
Yeah, he didn't deserve to die.
Yeah,
and he was an asshole. Like we can yes and this, and I think God, I hope I have a job on Monday.
Right.
I guess.
I hear you, buddy. Rick.
If JD Vance heard this podcast, I'm in big trouble, bro.
Right.
Was that a gracious, kind of virtuous thing to do?
Okay, let me go back just a little bit to put these two things together.
The mode, the style that he did it, always with respect. And not only was that a gracious, kind of virtuous thing to do, it's effective. Because when your opponents see, this guy kind of respects me. We kind of disagree here.
That never happened. Name one video where the kid goes, you know what? Lot to think about. Maybe, you know what? Maybe the kid is born when he's born. I didn't think about what's in the womb. If it's moving, it's alive. If it's alive, it's real. Thank you.
But he kind of enjoys me, and he's thanking me for being here. And he's telling me he appreciates the trust I have in him in sharing my views. I thought this guy can teach us something.
Yeah. Oh, did you think that? This is
way to put words in people's mouths, dude.
This is about 10 years ago. Tragic as the sexual abuse scandal in the Roman Catholic Church has been, it's shocking to discover that Cardinal Timothy Dolan, who you just heard, while Archbishop of Milwaukee, moved $57 million off the archdiocesan books into a cemetery trust fund 6 years ago in order to protect the money from damage suits by victims of abuse by priests, meaning obviously rape.
What a guy. What a
guy. What a good guy. But all right, he's into Charlie Kirk.
If I get assassinated, I want that guy standing up for me.
Right. This is who you got. You got the Catholic Church is on the side of Charlie Kirk, this great Catholic Church.
Yeah.
This is the Pope. This is the new Pope.
We'll make demands to say we want the recognition of gay marriage. We want recognition of people who are trans.
And he kind of laughs at trans, by the way, because, I mean, if he can't get on board with gay marriage, he's not going to think trans is a thing.
Which recognized and approved by the church. The individuals will be accepted and received. Any priest who's ever heard confessions.
I'll take confession from anybody, you're saying, but no, I'm not marrying you.
Will have heard confessions from all kinds of people, all kinds of issues, all kinds of states of life and choices that are made. But I think that the church's teaching will continue as it is, and that's what I have to say about that right now.
Yeah, is that what you think? Is that what you think for now? Is that what you think for now? Person who can change things. What is bound on earth is bound in heaven. That's in the Bible. Some you can wear your fabrics now together because the Pope said you can, even though God said you can't, because we could have amendments on earth that work in heaven as well. The Pope could change this, and he's deliberately not. This is a bad fucking organization.
Yeah, can I make a controversial point for someone living in Chicago?
Please.
I can't stand the Pope. I don't care if he's from Chicago or not. I still
Right.
can't stand him. It's like, dude, okay, we could have like the most liberal, most progressive Pope in the world, but you're still part of the club, you
Yes.
know? Like you're still in the group that is fucking like hateful, homophobic, and it's like, no, dude, I don't care if the Pope was like my next door neighbor. You're still part of a fucking asshole organization, you know?
Two of my stand-up albums. One's God Made Me, and then I had so much to say. There's a God Made Me 2.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And one of the points is you can't be a good person and a good Christian. Yeah, you can't, because what you are supposed to follow is fucking bad.
It's bad.
And since the Pope brought it up, just take gay rights, for example. That we all don't know they're people and it's real, and that you can honor that. We don't know that. But you got to go there every Sunday. And I know I've said this before, but you go there every Sunday, and then what? Well, I don't believe in all of it. It would be like if you saw me at a KKK meeting, and then you go, oh, Keith, you went to a KKK meeting? I'm like, it's just for my parents. I don't believe everything. I love brotherhood.
Yeah. So I just like wearing the robes.
I don't follow everything.
Yeah,
You're not
it's
seeing me lynch on a weekend.
Yeah. But it's like you're still in the club. Like you're still you're a part of the group, and you know, like if you were a good person, you wouldn't want to be a Pope.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. An ABC TV news station, you might have heard, this is fairly new, was hit by gunfire on Friday afternoon, just one day after protesters gathered outside and rallied against the network's decision to pull Jimmy Kimmel off the air. It's hard to say whose side this person was on. Are they saying fuck you ABC? Or are they saying, hey, protesters, watch out?
We have so many freaking guns in this country that we're shooting buildings now.
Right.
You know?
I'm out of fucking targets.
Like, golly.
Police say the broadcasting station in Sacramento, California was struck by at least 3 bullets in what they're calling a drive-by shooting. No injuries were reported, but the shots hit a window that faces the street, and people were inside the building at the time. The gunfire was at 1:30 p.m., just after 24 hours after, just 24 hours after around 15 people gathered outside ABC TV to protest the suspension of Kimmel. Newsweek has reported that Disney, Hulu, ESPN, all 3 of them together, have lost over 2 million subscribers since Kimmel got fired.
They must be making a lot of money on that merger.
Right, they must be making a lot of money on that merger, and then also what? You just hike up the day passes at Disneyland.
Right. It's already $15 for a bottle of water. You know?
My girlfriend did cancel her stuff. Her Disney. She warned her daughter. She's like, oh, we have this weekend if you want to catch up on anything on Disney. And that's Disney. You know what? She's an 8-year-old, about to be 9. I want to cancel, but they're gonna have Marvel zombies where all the superheroes become zombies and stuff, and it's.
I mean, this is the separating art from artists argument, though.
Right.
I think it's okay. It's okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Half our family is doing our part.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. All right. Good. Disney Plus cancellation page one time crashed because customers were rushing to quit, and too many. They were start jamming the system. Let's see. Jeffrey Epstein himself tweeted, "Isn't it about time we get back to my files?" Oh, interesting. Even he's a little disgusted with everything.
Yeah.
He's like, guys, what fucking happened?
God, yeah, man. Maybe this assassination was probably the greatest thing to happen to like Trump, man. He's like, oh, it's great, dude. No one's talking about Epstein right now.
So what do we do as people? And like we know it's the people in charge that need to, like Jon Stewart said, sack the fuck up. People that work for an ABC, obviously people that work in the government. What can the regular people do when we're scared of our jobs?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wish I had a great answer for that. I mean, I think
Stop
part of
playing
it,
along and adding to it. That's what you can do for one, I guess.
Yeah, Yeah, part of
Stop
it's like,
tweeting out dumb shit like you don't have a conscience, like he said.
yeah, you voting with your wallet, supporting, if you're going to spend your money on something, financially support something that aligns with, I guess aligns with your values, and voting and then literally voting.
Yes.
Like next year's got to be a massive turnout.
It's gonna be fucking. I don't know how it happened again with Trump, but now you see the guy's the real fucking deal when it comes to evil. And don't. And honestly, I'm telling you, people laugh at this, but voting's fun to go in and hey, will the 80-year-old volunteer be awake at the door? And
Yeah.
just the vibe of everything. Did yours happen to have an armed guard in the church? It's interesting. I mean, if you're worried about the status of of being a citizen, then okay, I understand. But yes, if you know you're not going to be in trouble to show up to vote, fucking vote. Make it overwhelming, like our buddy Rick said. And even if you're in like a blue place, like a New York City, where you think your vote doesn't count, it counts because it has to be over fucking whelming. When I say half this country is against you, maybe not. Maybe just a third is fucking bad shit, and a third just don't give a fuck. Well, wake
That's
up,
what it comes out,
start
yeah.
giving a fuck, and you wouldn't have this fucking ridiculousness. This is not good. We are at the place. Can we use the word Nazi yet? We are at the place of state-run media. Donald Trump just said, and this guy isn't full of shit. He's a maroon, but he's not full of shit.
Hey, we're at the place of rounding up citizens.
Yeah, we're rounding up citizens. He's saying if you're not talking conservative values on your TV show, we're looking into getting rid of you. He's saying this. How are you going to twist those words around into meaning nothing? Rick's got to hide fucking kids in the school. What the fuck is this? That sounds like Nazi shit to me.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man.
Yay. I'll tell you what I do, though, to relax a little bit. My buddy Rick makes music.
I do.
And I know, I mean, we talked about the that murder wrestling you're into and all this. And I know you're into, hardcore heavy metal bands. This is like peaceful shit I hear. The instrumentals, right?
Yeah, so the album I sent you was it's pretty much like a project I did over COVID, because I didn't have like a lot, we're all like scrambling for shit to do, right? Like the whole. And so I was like, okay, cool. I'm just going to make an album like in my living room, and like pretty much every day kind of get up, I'll write a riff or something or come up with a concept, and then just kind of let it flow from there and build things out like really naturally, and just like, kind of just like, start with a small skeleton and then bridge it out into a song. And so I called it Streams of Unconsciousness, because I was like, it really was, me kind of get into a flow state every day, and just, I'll do a keyboard track here, and then I'll go back and listen to it, like, okay, well now it needs, needs some more guitar or this, something like that. And just kind of just adding piece by piece with whatever the vibe was. And that was a lot of fun. I've also like, I'm in a band right now called Klystron. It's like sludge metal.
Okay.
And then I've played in punk bands,
How do you spell
country
that?
bands. Klystron, Klystron.
Okay. And what were you going to say after that? Sorry.
Yeah, like I said, I played in like, like country bands, playing like some like kind of classic rock style stuff, and electronic music, playing like heavy metal bands. And so I just, been doing music a long time. And I used to run a little DIY studio back out of my house, where it's like, if I saw like a punk band or something that I really liked, I'd be like, hey, you guys come over, bring a case of beer, and I'll record you guys all afternoon.
Cool.
And just give you so that you can have some physical media to like put online. I wouldn't ask for like anything other than like, hey, if you just bring some beer with me, like, we could sit down and knock a quick demo out. And like I say, it's always been like a passion of mine, just like playing and like recording music.
All right. Good. I love you. I'll tell you that much.
Love you too, man.
For the record, Rick is the one that the other day when we were talking with Rod and Karen, if not just Rod, brought up Rant Space, the advertiser. Yeah. And you have Talkspace, where you could talk to a therapist, blah blah. What if you just, it's 2025. People don't really want to hear the other side. What if you just call a service, you ran at them, and they just take it? I hear it. Now, Rod already had Worse Help as a sponsor, but if they don't start paying up,
Right.
I think we're going to switch
Well,
up.
unfortunately, the rant space, I can't keep any employees because, like, I guess the world's just too fucked right now.
Right.
People can't.
They can't shut their mouth.
Yeah, actually, I don't have the infrastructure to handle all the calls, so I'm probably gonna come up with another idea. I'll hit up last week next time I need to.
It is hard. It sounds like an easy job. You just shut your fucking mouth, but I don't know, man. When you get
Hold it, no.
fucking pushed, that's got to be. You got to jump out of the fucking closet like Roger Rabbit.
Well, here's the problem. Is like I started rant space, and now we're spending all our money on talk space because all our rant space people need therapy. Listen to everybody's problems.
That's right. That's money in, money out. Speaking of which, let me mention this. We were talking about how immediately after Charlie Kirk was shot, Erica, his wife, took to the mic and saying, and we don't know, we still don't know necessarily the angle that the shooter was doing. It sounded like he was extra MAGA, but who the fuck knows, quite frankly, especially as soon as the rifle shot happened. But she went and took to the mic and was like, "You liberals think we started something before. What you did killing my husband, you ain't seen nothing yet. Like, see nothing yet about what? We're definitely going to have, make sure that fetuses come out as a human being. What? You thought he was homophobic before.
Yeah.
You thought he
We're
didn't
going
like
full-blown Nazi now.
Yeah, you didn't think he was. Yeah. Oh, you know how they do the right a
God,
lot
yeah.
where it's like,
we're trash. We're trash.
I'm wearing trash bags now at an event. Okay, I'm a deplorable. I'll show you deplorable. When you say that, that means you in the first place you didn't think, but now you're like, I'm gonna go extra. Now I'm gonna be deplorable. Okay, child.
Dude, if missing the point was an Olympic sport, these folks would be Michael Phelps.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, she goes, "You ain't seen fucking nothing yet," whatever that can mean. In fact, make Turning Point USA, his company, the big. Never mind, he wouldn't let he would want me to stay at home and not make me the boss of this. But anyway, let's forget that.
Right. Yeah,
women stay at home, and this is an exaggeration from Charlie. Anyway, she goes, "So give what you can." The grift starts right away to help make us the best. You're multi-millionaires. You're multi-fucking millionaires. I don't know. It'd take me a minute to grieve if Liz was shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very fucking strange. And so I said, you know what? There's keithandthegirl.com/donate. You think these people are getting fired? You think you've seen me be a good person before? You ain't seen fucking nothing yet. I'm going to be so fucking good. I'm going to be walking down the streets telling people to be good to other fucking people. You thought I was into human rights before? You ain't seen fucking nothing yet.
All about it now.
Stephanie wrote, a donation for human rights was sent, and keep it up, and I appreciate that. So thank you. That was sweet. Yeah, it's fucking crazy out there. It's fucking crazy. Anything else the audience should know, buddy Rick? I think we solved everything if people just listen.
No. Yeah, like I say, I think if you would just listen to this podcast,
share it.
The world. Next time we'll have to talk Israel Palestine.
Right.
And we'll fix that one next time. Then
guess what? It has to do with decency.
Yeah.
As well. Come on, quit playing stupid. Whoever that was that said, you're acting like you don't have a. You're acting like you don't have a conscience. You see these the turning into state-run media. You know it's wrong. You know it's fucking right. As Conan O'Brien. You know it's fucking. You know it. You don't have to respond to me. You don't have a debate about it because we the people tattooed on your arm. You know it's right. Act like we the people is for good stuff.
Yeah, it's just that you marry yourself to this movement, and then all of a sudden, Kevin Sorbo's the greatest actor. The YMCA rocks. Kid Rock. Now listen. Do I know all the lyrics of the song Cowboy? Yes.
Sure.
I was in 7th grade when it came out. It was great. I'm from the South. Cowboy.
Also, he didn't sell out to the right agenda. In Cowboy, he says, I could smell a pig from a mile away.
Yeah.
Where do you think he was leaning then? But now you can have the president's attention. You have access to the White House. You're a sellout.
Sellout.
He didn't even believe it. So you know what? So when you have a J.D. Vance, Carr, the guy in charge at the FCC, when we see them flip-flopping, you can too, and you don't have to stick to a tweet you made 2 years ago.
Yeah,
you don't even have to admit
man.
you were ever wrong. Just do the right fucking thing and vote the right fucking way. And quit turning in your coworkers, you fucking half a Nazi.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a Nazi? I'll show you Nazi.
Oh yeah, you want to see Nazis
Yeah.
now? Okay, yeah. Jeez.
Oh, why can't you? What's the wrong with Nazis walking the street without fucking exaggeration? You know, not too long ago, we were showing pictures of a Brother Love walking around Nashville, an otherwise pretty liberal place, and people on the corner just yelling fucking Nazi shit and die Jew, and that's supposed to be a conversation now. What the fuck is wrong with people? You know, I mentioned this, like, picture you walked into somebody's house, they were watching Schindler's List, but you came up about halfway through, and then they show the Nazis, and you're like, okay, I know I'm late, but whose side am I on? Are these guys...
Right.
Let's hear that. Maybe they have a fucking point.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, the Nazis are knocking on the door, and you're just like, hey, let's hear them out.
That's right.
You know, I
Rick,
don't want them to think. I don't think I'm a bad person.
that's
right.
right. I mean, I guess they showed all sides before I got here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just shut my mouth then. I should have saw the beginning. But all right, if you promise they're bad with the skulls on their hats,
right?
Then okay.
Oh shit, dude.
I appreciate your time.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully this does some good.
Fun,
it felt good to me. So thank you.
It's cathartic.
Every Wednesday, we have the coolest group there, as you're seeing, keithandgirl.com/chat. We show up around 8 p.m. Eastern. Poker starts at 8:30 Eastern. It's free. We'll tell you how to play. Come early and we'll set you up. And I think that's everything. Thanks again. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, man. Appreciate you.